Hi, my name is Corbett Davis. I'm one of the owners of Jewelers Trade Shop here in downtown Pensacola. And today I'd like to talk a little bit about the 4 C's of diamond buying. First C I'd like to talk about is carat weight. Now, a carat is simply a unit of measure. 1 carat is made up of 100 points. A half carat is 50 points. Now, the carat weight is actually the most important factor in determining the price of the stone. Many people would assume that if a stone is a half carat and it costs $1,000, then a 1 carat stone of the exact same quality, the same color, clarity, etc., a lot of people would assume that it would be naturally twice the price of a half carat stone, so $2,000. But that's not the case. And the reason behind this is the rarity of the stones are so much greater as they become larger. When you get into the 1, 2, 3, 4 carat ranges, they do not go up proportionally. It goes up, and it's directly related to the rarity of the particular stone. So the second C I would like to talk about is cut. Now, the cut is often confused with shape, but we're actually talking about 2 different things. Cut is a grading of the actual proportions of the stone, the depth, the arrangement of the facets, the size of the table. All of these different factors all go into creating the brilliance of the diamond. The goal of cutting a stone, or a well-cut stone, is to obtain the most brilliance from the diamond. So ideally, a diamond will have light enter through the top of the stone, and then it reacts inside the body of the stone. And if the stone is properly cut, the light will be returned through the top to the eye, thus giving you the brilliance and the sparkle that you would expect to see from a diamond. Now, if the stone is cut a bit too shallow or too deep, not all of that light will be returned to the eye. You lose some through the sides, and thus causing, we call it a window, or there's some small darker areas throughout the stone, and you don't receive the maximum brilliance like you would in a perfectly cut stone. That brings us to the next C, color. Now, the color is actually the body color of the stone, and it's graded on a scale from D being the highest all the way down the alphabet to Z. Diamonds in the D, E, and F color range are considered colorless. The G, H, I range are near colorless. The differences in these grades of stone color are so slight and so minimal. Really, the only way that they can be graded or even noticed are by a trained gemologist in the perfect laboratory conditions. When you move outside of the colorless range into the G, into the J, K, L, and so on, where they have some slight color, the untrained eye would be able to pick up very, very slight hints of color. Now, as you go down the alphabet towards Z, and as the stones become darker, of course, the price is affected because those stones are not as rare as the stones that are in the colorless range. The final C that we're going to discuss is clarity. Now, the clarity gives a grade of the characteristics that are inside of a diamond, the slight imperfections that are created when the diamond is forming. A diamond is almost 100% carbon, and if an element other than that carbon is introduced to the crystal while the diamond is being formed, these slight clarity characteristics can occur. Now, it's extremely common to have these. You hear the word flaws or inclusions thrown around, and that really makes it sound more negative than what they are. The inclusions can be very beautiful, and they can actually give a positive impact in that they almost are like a fingerprint inside of each diamond. So you can look at your inclusions and know exactly what that inclusion looks like, and it's very easy to identify your diamond if you ever have cause. Now, the clarity is graded on a scale from flawless being the highest to very, very slightly included, and that's broken into two different categories, VVS1 and VVS2. Then the next range is very slightly included, and there's also a 1 and 2. Then you go to SI, slightly included, 1 and 2. And then finally, we are in the I range, which stands for imperfect, and there are 3 degrees there as well, I1, I2, I3. Now in the I range, you can actually see the inclusions with your naked eye. But if you're in the SI2 or higher, these inclusions, or clarity characteristics as we like to call them, are only visible with magnification. Thanks so much for watching our video today. If you'd like to learn more about us, check out our website or follow us on social media.